Welcome, ladies, gentlemen, non-binary folks, everybody. Welcome everybody to this live stream that is a little bit just randomly put together. Oh, fudge. I lost one of my cameras. Oh, well. Anyway, doesn't matter. We are here to talk about retro drama, to react to the retro drama with my never Jehovah's Witness partner because, well, even though we love reacting to dramas, obviously, we are doing it because we are sort of getting evicted. Right? There's nothing, there's nothing like, oh, it's also Jehovah's Witness and they discovered what I was doing. It's nothing like that. The owner needs the house because a person from her family needs to move in, and we didn't know that we weren't going to live here anymore, and we kind of don't have the stuff needed, the money needed to pay for a new deposit and everything. So this is a fundraising live stream. I hope you guys don't mind, but I hope you guys don't feel pressured at all whatsoever. I know that a lot of I hate when people are like, "Oh, I do important work. This important work can only happen because of your donations." That's not what's happening over here. I'm not gonna stop making videos if I don't get any money. I will stop making videos when I'm done, not when I can't make money out of this, because I don't make money out of this. So yeah, don't feel pressured. I've always thought that the ideal amount to donate is whatever fell out of your pocket that you wouldn't miss. That is the absolute perfect amount to donate. So if you have that amount to donate, and if that is nothing, if you would miss everything, then don't donate. Don't feel any pressure whatsoever. But outside of this amazing and not rambling at all intro, let me just introduce you to my co-host, my partner. Come here.
Larindala. Hello.
We are going to be watching and reacting to two dramas while I work on Sparlock. By the way, let me know, guys, if the audio is good, because I have no idea if the audio is good. I actually have no idea if we're live. Are we live? Let me just check. We're live. Okay. It's just there was this one time where I started the live stream with Jake, and then I forgot to, like, I didn't press the go live button thing, so we did it for like 10 minutes without realizing. So
Sounds like you.
I am always nervous that would happen. Is my mic on? Yes. Let me know if my mic isn't working that well. I can change to another mic. Please just speak to this mic because we only have
Testing.
one mic. So again, I stole this from my brother. So let's just get started. I wanted to show you because I wanted to besides to oh shoot.
Hi, thank you about that comment.
Which comment? Yeah, you have to. She's so pretty high. Okay. Yeah. I know. That's why.
That is so sweet. Thank you.
That's why I got her. Anyway,
Got her.
listen. I will be trying to put together a little Sparlock, a little Sparlock, putting together a Sparlock. I don't know how to say it. I'm preparing a Sparlock because to motivate people to donate, I thought I would give a giveaway to all of my patrons and all of my YouTube subscribers, my YouTube supporters. And I would give another Sparlock. I'd already done that before, but I had forgotten to ship it. It was a while to ship, but it's already shipped. So now we are going to be put together a new Sparlock to give to absolutely any one of my patrons. It's going to be random. We're just going to choose randomly in a month. So you have a time to be a patron. Any one of my patrons is gonna participate to win a Sparlock that I'm preparing right now. I'll try to put together the camera so you can see how I'm putting it together as we're doing it. And it's only gonna be for this month. That's really nice. It's only gonna be for this month. So you have my whole blessing to just support me on Patreon just for 1 month, just to see if you win the Sparlock, and then just not support me again. It is, you have my blessing to do that. In fact, I'll tell you exactly how to do that. If you want to do that, all you need to do is go to my Patreon and then support me for pledge for 1 month, and then immediately cancel that pledge. I mean, not cancel that pledge, but immediately cancel your subscription. Since you already paid for 1 month, you will be active for that month, but you will make sure that you don't get charged, for another month. If that's what you want to do. So you'll be active for the rest of the month, so you can do it. Again, I don't want anyone to feel pressured. It is the very first time that I try to do like a fundraiser or something like that, and it's only because I don't really know what else to do. So again, don't feel pressure at all. Thank you, Rampamam. Hey, sorry to hear about the stressful times. I think the movie sucks so much more than moving already does. Yeah, honestly, we haven't been here for too long, and we actually like this house, so it was pretty disappointing. There's no GoFundMe. You can just support me on Patreon or support me over here with a donation while we watch this video. I thought we will start watching a retro drama that I watched with Jake like 2 years ago, and then he never uploaded because he's a jerk. So I thought I would start watching that retro drama, which is like the proto drama, which is insane. But before that, I think the best way to do it is to talk about. Let me share the screen. Hold on. I can't do two things at once. Is to talk about marriage. Because, we have problems sometimes. We have problems. Yeah, sometimes I'm like, give me a beer or cook me my chicken tendies. And you're like, you do it. And then I get upset. So let's see Stephen Hyatt. Let's see what Stephen Hyatt has to say, shall we? About marriage. I haven't seen this, but I think it's always pretty good. While I try to set up a camera. Hold on. Let's play this.
Over the years, a number of popular songs
Let me know if you guys can hear it.
Romanticized divorce. But anyone who has personally experienced the pain and trauma associated with divorce knows that it couldn't have been part of Jehovah's original purpose. And in fact, the scriptures indicate that when Jehovah performed the first marriage of Adam and Eve, he intended for it to be a permanent arrangement. After all, it was a match made in heaven, so to speak. Jehovah created the man, and then he created the perfect complement.
Match made
Eve.
In paradise.
And had they been obedient, Adam and Eve would be married today. But with their disobedience came a whole range of serious problems, and they impacted the marriage arrangement. In what way? Well, with imperfection came sin, and then death, and death ends a marriage. That's something Jehovah never had in mind. And further indicating the complications and negative effects of imperfection on marriage is the provision for divorce found in the Mosaic Law in Deuteronomy chapter 24, verse 1. So here's a question. Did the fact that Jehovah made a provision for divorce in the Mosaic Law indicate that he was relaxing his view, or that he had changed his thinking on marriage? Well, his words, as recorded in Malachi chapter 2, verse 16, more than 1,000 years after the words recorded in Deuteronomy 24, we find that Jehovah has not changed his thinking. He stated very simply, I hate divorce. Now, what was the situation in Malachi's day? The provision for divorce had been distorted and abused, and men were divorcing their wives on every sort of grounds, resulting in heartbreak and also in reproach on Jehovah's name. I hate divorce. We can see why Jehovah would have said those words.
So if he hated divorce, why did he set up something to divorce. I mean, let's see what look. Heaven Unfold has a good point. I mean, divorce would have been pointless if they were the only two people on earth. Who else are they going to have sex with? Yeah, like what he's like, oh, divorce, it was terrible, and there was no reason for Adam and Eve to get a divorce. Yeah, there were no other people there. What are you talking about? Thank you. Thank you so much for the donation. Non-submissive female partner. Well, you'd make a terrible JW couple, but you separately fill it without sin doors. Haha. Fives also doesn't cook. LOL. Yeah. No, honestly, this is just about marriage has to be forever. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what happens. Marriage absolutely 100% has to be forever. And you can't get a divorce because Jehovah hates it. So what Jehovah likes, Jehovah hates divorce. What Jehovah doesn't hate is that you stay with your abusive husband. That is Jehovah fucking loves that shit.
Had the situation improved any by the time of Jesus' earthly ministry? And the scriptures indicate.
By the way, this is my second camera. My secondary cam. I'm thinking I'm just gonna work on Sparlock over here, so you guys can see how I. Oh, where's the camera? So you guys can see how I paint the Sparlock that I will be giving to patrons. However, there is something more important that I need to do right now because I didn't prepare this in advance. So
Can you do that?
yeah, I think I can. I mean, why not? We're in a legal state. So yeah, guys, I'm gonna show you how to roll a perfect blunt while we enjoy this morning worship.
Not. And interestingly, the secular historian Josephus indicates that men could divorce their wives on any basis whatsoever, and they did. So true to form,
guys, just before anything, just check out the weed that I'm smoking. Just I'm gonna put it over here. Come on. Oh, there you go. Look at this. Look at this bullshit. If I can't convince you that I'm poor with this, like by smoking this, like I don't know how else to do it. Like, I don't make this for money. Like if I made this for money, I wouldn't be smoking this. Thank you so much, David Garrick. Hey, he's a great idea. Staying in a loveless relationship to please a fairy tale. Yeah, that is basically what he's advocating for. Thank you so much, W? How do you pronounce this?
Dublio.
Thank you so much, my Dublio for your donation. It's really appreciated.
Jesus forthrightly addressed the subject at least twice in the course of his earthly ministry, as recorded in the scriptures. The first occasion took place in the year 31 CE, sometime after Passover. Jesus' words are recorded in the Sermon on the Mount. And there he said, everyone who divorces his wife, except on the grounds of sexual immorality, and marries another, commits adultery. Jesus was raising the bar. Really, when you think about it, under the Mosaic law, sexual immorality, adultery, was a capital offense that would have brought death. So the fact that Jesus said sexual immorality is the only basis for divorce
look
helps
at
us
this
to
smile.
appreciate how
Look at
seriously
this smile.
he
He's
and
like,
his father viewed.
He's like, oh, if you cheated on somebody, you would be put to death. And then this is the little smile that he gives us. Look, look, you will be put to death. Hold on. Like this. You'll be put to death. Jesus Christ. So he's like, yeah, you'll be put to death. So the only reason why it was a reason of divorce is because she was going to die anyway. So, or he, who knows?
For divorce.
Men can be cheaters too, okay? All for equality.
Helps us to appreciate how seriously he and his father view the marriage arrangement. Now, the second occasion in which Jesus addressed this subject came more than a year later, late in the year 32 CE, and that's the account that we read about in today's text. The parallel account in Mark chapter 10 shares some additional insight. And we want to take just a few minutes this morning and analyze Jesus' words in Mark chapter 10, beginning in verse 2. So we invite you to turn there.
Jesus, they take forever to read the Bible.
In Mark chapter 10, verse 2, the Pharisees approached, intent on testing Jesus. And they asked whether it was lawful for a man to divorce a wife. So now the Pharisees are introducing the thought of the law. But Mark reveals that Jesus directed attention specifically to the Mosaic law. What did Moses command you? The Pharisees,
They love doing this because any reason they have to bring out the Mosaic law, it's good. Because I have this video that I've been working on how it's impossible to be a good Jehovah's Witness. And the point of that video is to show you how impossible it is to meet the standards. The standards of Jehovah's Witnesses are so high that nobody can be a perfect Jehovah's Witness. But you can't get there, those standards as high, you can't get there with just the Bible, especially just the Christian Bible. So they love using the Mosaic law to, since the Mosaic law is far more stringent, for it would kill you if you're cheating on somebody. They love using the Mosaic law whenever they have something more hardcore, and they want to back it up with the Bible, because that's the only way that they can do it. And if your wit is looking that bad, you need some more bad association. You know what? You're not even joking. We just moved to this city, and I don't know anybody. Like if I knew more people, not only would I have more weed, I would be selling it. I would just be that's what I mean. No, I would be. I'm talking about bad weeds. The weeds that you get rid of.
I think you meant selling the idea of weed. Like
Selling
it's
the idea.
good.
It's good. It's a good.
Yeah.
Give me $5. Thank you so much for the donation.
Said Moses allowed the writing of a certificate of dismissal and divorcing her. So they conveniently remembered the certificate of dismissal part, but they forgot that divorce was allowed only for very serious matters. And Matthew's account indicates that by Jesus' day, they were divorcing on every sort of ground. So how did Jesus address this? Well, he said to them in verse 5, out of regard for your hard-heartedness, he wrote this commandment for you. However, from the beginning of creation, and then you'll notice a quotation mark. So Jesus is now quoting from the Genesis account. He made them male and female. Genesis 1:27.
I love the breathiness. He made male and female. Female.
I'm not kidding. I'm having a hard time focusing on what he's saying because he's so breathy.
He's so Seth Hyatt is the breathiest. Is the
Yes.
breathiest Jehovah's Witness I've ever met. There are no breathier Jehovah's Witnesses, for real.
For this reason, a man will leave his father and his mother, and the two will be one flesh. Genesis 2:24, end quote. And then Jesus adds, so that they are no longer two, but one flesh. Therefore, what God has yoked together, let no man put apart. Well, the disciples were impressed by this very high standard that Jesus was explaining. When they were again in the house, they began to question him about this. And Jesus again forthrightly makes the point. He said to them, whoever divorces his wife and marries another commits adultery against her. And if ever a woman after divorcing her husband marries another, she commits adultery.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Why do you think Jesus...
Wait, only a woman would be committing
No,
adultery?
no, that's basically everybody.
Okay.
It's just If you get a divorce, especially in the Jehovah's Witness religion, instead of being killed in the Jehovah's Witness religion, you get this fellowship, which is as close as you can get to killing somebody without actually killing somebody. So they're saying, he's basically saying the only reason why you would be allowed to get a divorce is if she cheats on you, and then we can disfellowship her, or that it's if your partner cheats on you, and then we can get to disfellowship them. If there are no basis for this fellowshipping, then there are no basis, or for killing, then there are no basis for marriage, because disfellowshipping is more important.
Okay.
So
And
that's
how
what
do
he's
you
saying.
usually prove that your wife cheated on you?
Whew. Well, that
That's
is
another topic.
it depends. That's a tricky part, because it's very hard to prove sometimes, which is why in the elder manual, the elder manual has a provision for that. If you are spying on someone's spouse, and that spouse spends, like, you can see that the car spends the night at somebody else's place, then that is ground enough for this fellowshipping. So you get situations where you kind of force elders to become like this sort of detectives and mess in everyone's lives, because if they can get this fellowship, then they can't get divorced. Like, if they get, I mean, they can, but they'll also get this fellowship. So it puts what Seth Hyatt is advocating for is very damaging, not only for the couple, but for almost the whole congregation.
Might have insisted that the Pharisees focus on Moses' words. Well, it certainly provided him an opportunity to clarify the matter, didn't it? And to restate Jehovah's thinking on the sacredness of marriage. And Jesus added these words, "What God has yoked together, let no man put apart." So Jehovah is personally interested in each marriage, and that elevates the relationship as well, doesn't it? So what can you and I learn from Jesus' words that will help us if we're married or if we're single and contemplating marriage? Here are 2 points. Jesus made very clear that his followers would be elevated and hold to Jehovah's original standard for marriage, not the corrupted standard that the Jewish religious leaders promoted. And by introducing this thought that Jehovah is involved, he helped us to see the seriousness of the situation. And the Apostle Paul, in his letter to the Ephesians, confirmed that Christians would hold to Jehovah's original standard for a man and a wife.
You want to talk about this?
Well, I need
Read
to
it-
know.
read it out loud.
Okay. It would be funny to sneak Sparlock dolls into the halls, in the bathroom, under seats, behind the literature counter, etc. Witnesses would freak out and start talking about the Smurf incident. Okay, what is the Smurf incident? Please
Jesus
tell
Christ!
me.
This has nothing to do with the thing, but we need to talk about this.
Yes, please.
First of all, I would never do that, because Sparlocks take forever to make, and I make them with a lot of love. So I would not put them. So I would not make them so they're just thrown into the garbage. Because they're so cute. I love Sparlocks. I love them, right? But the Smurf incident is basically, there is this urban legend, and let me know, guys. Let me know, chat, if you guys had this. Like, if you're watching this and you had this in your congregation, let me know below. Because in my congregation, there was this. Every Jehovah's Witness is against Smurfs, right?
Mhm.
And that is because they are considered to be
Magic?
magic from the devil, right? And there is, in every congregation, there is this legend that some kid one day brought a Smurf, like a Smurf plushie,
Mhm.
into the Kingdom Hall, and they they were in the middle of the meeting,
Yeah.
and then the Smurf thing came alive and then walked in the middle of the hallway and then said, like, bad things.
Apostate
Yeah,
things?
no, just be like, oh, fuck you, Jehovah, something like that, until somebody said Jehovah, and then that's it. So it was a possessed Smurf doll. This, you know Yehu, my friend.
Yeah.
He told me that when we were kids, that happened in somebody else's congregation, and now look at this. Everybody has a Smurf story. The first time I heard it was in like 83. I don't know where it came from. I don't know. But everybody in the Jehovah's Witness religion believes that in a close congregation that happened. And that's what Jehovah's Witnesses can do Smurfs.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's a Smurf incident. By the way, check this out. Almost done. Shittiest weed, but hey,
But that's breakfast.
there is no shittier weed than no weed.
And that the only valid basis for a scriptural divorce would be sexual immorality. Here's a second point. Jesus put Christian men and women on equal footing, morally speaking. Both husband and wife would be responsible for protecting their marriage and for upholding the sanctity of marriage. And we find Jesus' words in Mark 10:12 interesting as well. If ever a woman, after divorcing her husband, marries another, she commits adultery. Jesus makes clear that a faithful servant of God who is a woman can divorce an adulterous husband.
Why does he keep saying who is a woman? This verse is like, even Jehovah's Witnesses believe that this verse is applied for men and women. So why is he so fixated on the victim being a woman? I don't understand. It's so weird.
That would have been food for thought for Jewish men and women in Jesus' day. How we appreciate Jesus' view and Jehovah's view of marriage. Here at Bethel, we have many married couples, and in the congregations around the earth, faithful men and women who respect and cherish the sanctity of marriage. And we're so glad for that, and determined, whether married or single, to uphold Jehovah's view of the sacred marriage arrangement.
So what do you think? Will you uphold the Jehovah's view of the marriage arrangement if I say treat you horribly, but then I don't cheat on you? Which is what a lot of Jehovah's Witnesses have to deal with. A lot of this makes it so Jehovah's Witnesses can be as abusive as possible. Jesus Christ, my hair is crazy. Jehovah's Witnesses can be as abusive as possible, and then they can't get a divorce unless they've had
someone cheated.
Someone cheating. So you get situations where an abusive spouse, who is like a narcissistic abusive spouse, they become extremely abusive without being like super physically abusive, because then you can separate, not married, but separate. Jesus. Or even become physically abusive, but then retain sort of like that power over the spouse, because they can never get a divorce. They can never fully move on from this abusive piece of shit that is ruining their lives. That happens all the time, and that is the part that Stephen Hyatt is obviously going to pretend like that doesn't happen.
Wait. I have a question.
Yeah.
So the victim of the abuse also gets shunned in this case, like both of them, or just the abuser?
The victim, yeah. If the victim of the abuse gets married, no. Oh, what were you talking about?
Like,
sorry.
Let's say the wife cheated.
Yeah.
The husband also gets shunned?
No, he doesn't get shunned. Only the wife.
Okay.
Unless, let's say the husband is like beating the wife, right? And then the wife gets a divorce and then marries somebody else, then the congregation would shun the victim who got remarried, and not the victimizer, because the victimizer hasn't done anything wrong.
Okay.
wrong enough to get this fellowship.
The point of this question is like, if a woman is in an abusive relationship, can she like fake the idea that her husband cheated on her in order to get a divorce?
No, because you have to have the 3 witness rule.
3.
Yeah, somebody has to. Sorry, 2 witness rule. You can't just say my husband cheated on me, even if he did, and just get him this fellowship. You can't just say this man abused from this kid and then get him this fellowship if there are no 2 witness rules, 2 witnesses on it, which is why they have an issue with child abuse. Not just why, but that's one of the reasons why. Anyway, so what do you think? What are your thoughts on Jehovah's Witness abuse in marriage?
Me?
Yes. You're not. I'm not going to ask Pee-wee.
Well, I mean, they're lovely. Everyone should have them. I mean, obviously they're awful, but I knew a lot of them, of course. But I the cheating part, I didn't know as much. I can't believe it could get worse than what I already knew. But yeah.
Yeah, okay. I just asked you to kill time while I found that.
That is so rude.
I'm kidding.
I'm divorcing you, but
No. Oh no! Now we're getting evicted and divorced. This is the worst. Anyway, let's move on to the main event. This blunt. Look at this. Just look at this. Just look at this. See? This is what you get with hard work. See, some people just roll whatever kind of joints they want, and they don't respect what they're rolling. I don't know what I'm saying. Let's just play it. How do I? There you go. Now this drama is the very first drama. She's Rindal is here. She's just looking at herself in the mirror for some reason.
I'm here.
This drama is like the proto drama from Jehovah's Witness, like the new Jehovah's Witness religion. They started before. Dramas were just drama. They were just dramatizations done by people at the convention. But here was I think one of the very first times where they were like, no, let's actually do a drama, like with actors and everything. And I think I'd love to get your views on this,
Okay.
because you've seen dramas. You're a drama connoisseur, as people here in chat. So I'd love to get your thoughts and people here in chat's thoughts,
Okay.
because I think this drama is more professionally made than their current dramas.
Damn.
That's my hot take.
Okay.
So let's check. I watched this drama so much. It was one of the few things I was allowed to watch.
Back in Bible times, a young woman named Dinah got involved with bad associations.
Let me know if you guys can hear it. If you guys can hear it, let me know. Please let me know.
What were the consequences? Cast members of a modern-day drama we call the Bible account.
Dinah was the daughter of Jacob.
She moved along with Jacob's family to a new area.
The scriptures say that she used to go out to visit the daughters of the land.
Guys, I have no idea where I left the Caleb paints.
Paint?
Yeah, to paint the Caleb. So I guess
Oh.
I'm gonna remove the Caleb cam until I roll another one. Because I don't know where it is.
It was a custom with her.
She was putting herself in a compromising situation. At some point, a Canaanite man named Shechem noticed her.
He was the most honorable man in his father's house, but he was still not a worshiper of Jehovah.
He was handsome. He had his pick of women.
But there was something about Dinah that must have attracted him.
All of this
Mm-hmm.
All of this is not in the Bible. He was handsome. He could have had the pick of women, but there was something about Dinah that this doesn't happen in the Bible. Dinah just gets together with this dude, or this dude rapes her or something, right? And then that starts a war, and then there's a whole bunch of people killing each other.
Damn.
Yeah, that is the story. The story, most like most stories of Jehovah's Witnesses, not Jehovah's Witnesses, like most stories in the Old Testament, this is a story about war and raping and killing.
Damn.
Not about, oh, this guy fell in love with this girl, but she was a servant of Jehovah, so it was wrong. That's not what this story is about.
It had a lot to do with her innocence and her inexperience.
And she was a virgin. She was not like all these other Canaanite girls.
Ew.
She put herself in a compromising situation.
She allowed herself to be alone with Shechem, where he took advantage of the situation.
They might have just started talking or, laughing about something, and one thing leads to another.
I'm sure it would have been devastating because he forced her to have sex.
Oh, okay.
She got herself into this situation, and that she'd hurt not only her family, her father, her parents, but Jehovah too.
Yeah, you heard it right.
Oh
What
my
what
God.
did you just hear?
She got herself into the situation of rape. I heard that right?
Yeah, and she hurt. Not only did she get herself into that situation, but she hurt her family
Mm.
because she got raped, and it was her fault. That's how this drama starts.
Who's supposed to be watching this? Everyone or like kids and teens?
This is for young people.
Oh God.
Look, young people ask.
Oh,
How can I make real friends?
God.
You know the Young People Ask book?
I've seen it. Mhm.
Yeah, they made 2 books, and then they made this dramatization, like in the same series.
Damn.
Let's say this is just the video version. Exactly.
Even though the Dinah
Associations will-
account
will have
is
it.
from history, that it still definitely applies today. This kind of situation.
From history. God, Dina didn't. Not only did Dina not exist, but the version of Dina of the Jehovah's Witnesses extra doesn't exist. Like she's fake. She doesn't exist. That's not a real. That's not what the story's about. But they're like, oh yeah, we can learn so much from history, you guys.
Can definitely happen.
I think this drama is going to help a lot of people, kids and adults, to see that what happened to Dinah could happen to any of us if we let it.
Dear Chrissy, sorry it's taken me so long to answer your letters. It was pretty crazy around here for a while. Anyway, I want you to know that I'm okay. But Chrissy, something you said in your last letter worried me. You said that you thought the friends at the Kingdom Hall were boring, and that the kids at school were a lot more fun.
I want to talk about what she just said, but also, yeah, we need that. We need this.
Oh, sorry. What?
Make my chicken tendies. Come on. No, why is the real reason why I stopped this is because this is how Jehovah's Witnesses are supposed to react. If you tell a Jehovah's Witness, I feel like people in my current congregation aren't as cool to hang out as people at school. That is wrong. That is wrong. Every Jehovah's Witness has to be like, what? You can't say that. You can't say that. And this is exactly how the drama starts. Well, after blaming her for, Dina for being raped, this is how this drama starts.
If you knew what I've been through recently, you'd understand why I'm worried. You've probably wondered why I haven't written you since we moved here. I guess I've been too ashamed. But now I think I need to tell you.
Okay.
This is immediately aged because nobody writes letters anymore.
I understood why we had to move,
Even back
with
then.
Dad getting the new job and everything. But that didn't make things any easier. I was leaving behind all my friends.
Oh, honey, watch out for your back.
Don't worry, I'll be okay.
Mom and Dad were so busy with our new home and their
Look at that house. That's all I can see.
I know. Jesus. Yeah, because we're getting evicted and we're like, how are they able to afford this shit? In the what? Anyway, David, you can just tell. Thank you for the donation. You can just tell them that you're already
Oh my God.
watching your own spiritual food by
Invite
yourself.
them.
Oh yeah, invite them over. Be like, oh, I was just watching one of your dramas. Invite them over.
Intrepid.
Thank you so much for your donation, Franz Scott.
New jobs. I didn't want to burden them.
Yeah, the wardrobe department is from 20 years before. Like, you can tell. You can tell. The wardrobe department is the same department that came up with the idea of her writing letters. They're
Which
like, yeah,
year-
this is accurate.
Which year is this? Supposedly.
This came out. I was already alive. Like, so this is. This isn't at all. This came out like in the I don't know. Let me know in chat if you guys know exactly when it came out. But I think it came out in the late 90s.
Okay.
Or at least in the middle. Like, it didn't come out in the 80s. It came out in the 90s.
Okay,
At some
okay.
point in the 90s.
All right.
Before 9/11. You'll see why.
Ooh.
with how miserable I felt. I started writing poetry again. It seemed to take my mind off my loneliness. At the new congregation, Mom and Dad were eager to make new friends.
This is my wife, Julie. Hi.
I had a major attitude problem.
Well,
Attitude problem.
it was nice meeting you, Tara.
Yeah, same here.
See, you're supposed to be friends with all of your congregation.
Mm.
And if you are not friends with all of your congregation as soon as you meet them, you have an attitude problem.
Yes. Oh God, I would so have an out. I would be the biggest bitch in that congregation. I don't want to talk to nobody.
I know.
What's wrong with that?
Especially with the Jehovah's Witnesses.
Hey, you must be Tara.
Hi.
Hi. I just met your parents. They are so nice.
Thanks.
Well, anyway, my name is Stacy. Do you mind if I sit down?
There was this pioneer sister, Stacy Evans. She tried really hard to be nice.
So, I hear you're from Lucinda Falls?
Lucinda Falls.
Oh, Lucinda Falls, sorry. Pretty small town, huh?
It's not that small.
Sorry. I
That's
didn't mean
okay.
to.
This is the pioneer woman who is going to be or spiritual north.
Yeah.
Let's say
I
she
can
is
tell.
the perfect Jehovah's Witness. You can tell she's the perfect Jehovah's Witness.
The token perfect JW.
Yeah, you can tell she's the perfect Jehovah's Witness because the only piece of her skin that's showing is her face and her hands. That's it. That's it. She went as bad as to like tie a scarf. She was like, Nick, oh, that's a bit too much of a whore. I'm not a whore. What are you talking? Like, this is what stewardess were wearing 100 years ago. Like when the first airplanes were around with stewardess, this is what they were wearing. I don't know. Like this had to be
But
like a retro
boxier.
find or something.
Yeah.
This is vintage, honey.
Must be pretty hard being away from all your friends, huh?
Excuse me, brothers. Could everyone please?
Jesus Christ, 1999. What? It
No
looks from
way.
85.
Yeah.
It looks from 85.
Or 90 or something, but not a decade later.
That's insane. Thank you for researching. That's
Thanks.
crazy. 1999. That is insane. Like the iPod. Well, like, the iPod was right around the corner for these people.
I think in general, JWs are always like a decade behind, right? On fashion and stuff like that.
No, they're 2 decades behind. honey.
Sorry.
Just now, people are starting to realize that the fashion in the 2000s, maybe it wasn't that bad, just now. And even then,
Please find their seats.
Stacy, it was nice meeting you. I just wasn't ready to make any new friends.
and that was her fault.
Chrissy, I had never, ever felt so alone. And school was the final brushstroke on this portrait of misery.
Portrait of misery, because look
I
at
felt
this.
so out of place.
This is a real school, guys. Do you see what I'm talking about? Like, this is a real school. This is a real locker. These are real extra. Like, this looks expensive. You wouldn't see this in a Jehovah's, like there's just several shots of just kids, granted 30-year-old kids going to school. You wouldn't see that.
That's so true.
Ooh, nice. Thank you so much for the donation.
Nice.
You know what it means, right? I know.
Get me a beer.
Yeah, I know.
It was like I didn't even exist.
Guys, would you judge us if we had a beer
Guys,
at noon?
Guys, it's noon, but it's weekend, and we have been having pretty shitty few couple of months, if I'm honest. So we're gonna have a beer, okay? Yes. And please don't judge us.
Hell yes.
But feel free to join us. I'm just gonna keep playing, all right?
A few weeks later, though,
no,
things seemed to change for the better. It was in Mr. Beckwith's English class.
That was so 5 years ago.
All right, listen up, people.
What are we going to do at the party? That's so opposite grades. Another question, what are we going to do?
Thank you. This past weekend, while you were out partying, this overworked and underpaid English teacher spent his weekend reading your poems.
Sweet. What about your...
Take this masterpiece, for example. I think I shall never see a guy as cool as Anthony. He's very strong and cute and tall. I like to show him off in the shopping mall.
Here, you got some loose up there?
This is good. This is good. You know, it's like a silly little poem from a shallow teenager. Like some Bethelite had to sit down and write down like this silly little poem for this girl to show how vapid she is. Like this is, again, if you read a little bit too much into it, you realize how it's not that good. But it's good character development. Like they wouldn't go this far. Like this feels like what you would see in an actual movie. Don't you feel?
Yeah, honestly, especially compared to the new drama.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Jesus
that's what
Christ,
I'm saying.
The difference.
That's what I'm saying. Look at the acting. Look, like the teacher looks like a teacher.
Honestly, yeah.
And he not only does he look like a teacher, but he has like this charisma and this authority that you only get when you're a teacher. Like that you only get when you're a teacher of teenagers. Like the teacher is very believable as not only a teacher, but a teacher who constantly teaches teenagers and who's constantly, like who knows how to handle them. Which is how did they do this?
I don't. Maybe they got an actual teacher, JW.
Maybe, maybe I don't know. Exactly. No. Now we would only get symbolic lions in the background. It's just. This is good. Like this is objectively better screenwriting than what they have today.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So can a JW work as a teacher like that for reals?
Yes, yes, they can work as teachers, but obviously they can't join for birthday parties, and it gets tricky.
But I mean, they might teach things that are against the Bible and stuff, like in science. No. Yeah,
but it's fine. You can just teach them, and then just be like. Just be dismissive about it. Just be a Republican about it, and you're fine.
And universities as well.
No, universities. No, of course not, honey. Come on.
No, seriously, no.
No, of course not. Universities is from the devil. What are you talking about? Like,
it's the same to me. Would be it's all education. Why the difference between school and
higher education is from the devil, honey? Seriously.
All right.
What? You'll have to. It's just you went to higher education, which is why you're demonic and you don't know about this.
And guess who authored this work of art? My skateboard makes a sound when it hits the ground. That can be by people.
No, Mr. B, you got to read it with a little rhythm, a little style, some attitude.
Sit, Kyle, sit.
Or I could just sit.
Some of you did write verses that rightly can be called lyrical poetry. Now we'll have that select few present their poems before the class. Sorry, Miss Taylor, not this time.
See, like they all behave like teenagers. Everybody, like, they're obviously not teenagers, right? They're obviously all 30-year-olds, but they all behave like teenagers. The setting, like, you can tell how everybody has their own personalities, and it feels like a classroom where people have had classrooms like several times, where everybody has had a chance to bond, where everybody has had a chance to get comfortable. It's well, you don't see this. You don't see it. You don't see it nowadays. This is objectively better. Every time that I watch this, I'm like, wow, how is this so? And also, you can tell that I'm pretty sure it was filmed in proper film and not in digital, and that's why it kind of looks like a little bit more professional. So I don't know. I'm amazed. Like, how is it that you start with this and then you finish with like Jada Nita, which granted it's
or Olivia's dilemma when she was bullied.
Oh yeah, Olivia's dilemma when she was bullied.
Not a single teenager acted like a real teenager.
This is Olivia. They don't act like teenagers anymore. And here, even though they're not teenagers, they do act like teenagers in a school. Like, I feel like I've been to school with everybody of these guys. Like, this is how school feels like, and they can't recreate that anymore. It's like before, they either hired somebody else to do this, or before they just were more self-aware.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Hold on. Just gotta do one thing. Cheers, mate. Okay, you can play.
First up, Miss Tara Matson.
Great. As if being the new kid in class wasn't bad enough. Now I had to be put on public exhibition.
Matt. I have her.
The music.
No.
It's good.
Fine, girl. I was sick. I remember the day I caught loneliness.
Okay, come on.
I remember the day I caught loneliness. It was the day we moved away. It lay like a stone in my lap, and no matter how I tried, prying, tearing, it simply would not go away. I never knew emptiness until I moved away. I remained a pebble, lost in this world so vast and uncaring. Cast aside, passed by, left astray. I took steps to destroy it before it sapped me, crushed me, left me victim. I pulled harder, ripping that stone right from my heart, and threw it all back into the void from where it came. Yes, I had thrown loneliness away.
It's kind of base.
Thank you, Miss Matt.
That's good.
Yeah.
That is better writing.
Yes.
Than any of the drum. Like that, it's a bit of a basic poem. Like, if I'm honest, right?
Yeah,
but
still,
but as part of an indoctrination session, like of propaganda, this is the Mona Lisa. Like, seriously, like they have, like, I feel like there is more talent and more thought put into this poem than into all of their dramatizations for the past 10 years. It's insane. It's crazy to me, because I kind of even got like a little bit of, like goosebumps, because I was like, gee, like it's so unexpected to find, like, this is a pretty decent little piece of poetry that you wouldn't expect to find in indoctrination material from Jehovah's Witnesses from 20 years ago.
Honestly, yeah.
It's crazy.
I'm pleasantly surprised.
It's crazy. I really hope these tops do come back. I don't know what you're talking about. I would love to wear these tops. I'm thinking of me wearing them, not women wearing them. But yeah.
Madsen, excellent work. Notice her use of simile when she says, it lay like a stone.
For weeks I had been invisible.
Also, since we're back into like the early 2000s fashion, they're unironically fashionable again. Like, because we're back into like early 2000s fashion, and they're kind of like retro, like the 90s. So which is kind of like what you're seeing nowadays, like 90s, but like newer 90s. Modernist. So this looks both old and modern
to these kids. Suddenly they noticed me.
Thank you. Do you know what this shows me? That you're all capable of writing poetry. It's just a matter of making the effort.
That is
Don't
exactly
forget,
what I consider.
people, due Friday, dramatic dialogue theme, suffering, loss, partner optional.
So, your math
Did you
genius
see
too?
that? Did you see that,
Oh,
that little
hi,
bit?
Loss, partner optional.
They didn't have to do this. This guy, the skater guy, had his skater thing confiscated at the beginning of the class, and now
He's getting him back.
He's recuperating. Look, goes back. The teacher doesn't even acknowledge it because the class is over. This is excellent. Like, how is this so good? I don't understand.
Let's make a poll. Can you do that?
Yes, let's make a poll.
The poll is. Well, I don't know.
You told me to make a poll. What are you doing?
I just had the idea of a poll. Okay, the rest is on you.
Okay. Let's just put, is this better than current dramas? Yes. No. Okay. Here we go. We already set up a poll. Let's check the results.
So, you're a math genius too.
Oh, hi, Lori.
And some kind of frustrated poet just waiting to be discovered.
I wouldn't say that.
Well, Mr. Beck was sure drooled over your poetry.
So,
So, I figured you're the one to help me with the class assignment.
you mean the dramatic dialogue?
Yeah, theme suffering loss. Anyway, I have to get an A on it.
Why, you're flunking English?
No, but I gotta pull my grades up in order to get into college. So I figure you're the one to help me with this.
I was planning on working on it by myself.
Come on, Tara. Mr. B said we could use a partner.
Look, Lori, I'm sorry, but I like to work alone when I write.
Please don't make me beg.
I actually felt sorry for her.
This is her first mistake. I hope you're taking this into account. A good Jehovah's Witness would have been like, no, I like working alone because otherwise we'd have to hang out after class. That's just not the way that I do it. But she felt bad for her. And she decided, you know what? I will socialize with this person with this curricular activity. This is her first mistake.
Got it.
I want everybody to keep track of that. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much.
Is that a yes?
I guess.
Yes. Okay, I'll pick you up tomorrow and you can go to my place.
Your place? Why can't we just do it here?
This place is gross. Besides, we'll have a lot more privacy. Okay, ciao.
Going to her house wasn't exactly what I had in mind. But at the time, I couldn't think of any way to get out of it. And I have to admit, I was a little curious about this girl.
This is how worldly people are supposed to live. Since they don't have to work full time for their religion, they're all rich in the eyes of the Jehovah's Witness. That being said, this is a fucking McMansion over here. Look at this. Not only do they arrive in a BMW Z3, but they go to a fucking McMansion, and this girl's supposed to be in high school. Jesus Christ! Like, I'll be friends with her. I'll bring shitty weed to smoke at her house.
We both had a serious case of writer's block.
Beckwith drives me crazy with these assignments. I mean, what does suffering loss mean?
Didn't he say it can mean whatever we want it to mean? So we make something up.
Like what?
Like when your parents make you move away and you lose everything you care about.
Tell me about it.
What? You too?
Hey, I wasn't always the picture of charm and fashion that you see before you today. We used to live in a small house in a small town. And then Dad hit it big in the stock market. And voila. Goodbye, friends.
Hello, loneliness. I don't know why I'm telling you all this.
That's it.
That's what?
The loss. We do a dramatic dialogue about the loss of friendship.
You mean about friends moving away?
No, a little too close to home.
Then how about because they've had a fight?
Fight? About what?
Hello, about guys. What else do girls fight about?
Fine.
Can you tell that this was written by a man?
I know.
Can you tell that this was written by a man? Hello, guys.
Duh, what
Guys
else?
and makeup and purses. Hello. That's what a poem should be about. Jesus. How, like, it's insane how this is, it's almost inoffensive misogyny, but that is what you see mostly in Jehovah's Witnesses. Just this kind of almost inoffensive misogyny that would be almost okay if it was just once or twice, but permeates everything. Like, it just, you feel like it's not that bad because she's just talking about boys or whatever. Like, it's just inoffensive. But the cumulative effect is what makes Jehovah's Witnesses so misogynist. Like, these kind of things times 1,000. It's more of like death of 1,000 cuts. It's what I call misogyny in the Jehovah's Witnesses.
Hold up. So writers can only be men?
I'm pretty sure writers can be, like, some women can be writers, but I mean, this was written by a man. I mean, come on, come on.
Yeah.
Like, a woman would have come up with. When you see just how nuanced this is in some areas, and there's no nuance here, I feel like that's why it's so. It's so obvious. I feel that it was written by a man.
Finally, the ideas were flowing. We got together again the next day.
So there's 2 women, and we can make them really old, like 30.
Yeah, and they're both hopelessly in love with this guy, Jake.
Jake? Nah. Brett.
Okay, Brett.
Now,
As I got to know Lori, my opinion of her began to change. I never would have guessed that we had.
Somebody at Bethel had to record this and pretend, and not only this, but can you guys, like, just hear the music? Just please hear the music.
Okay, Brett.
now,
As I got to know Lori, my opinion of her began to change. I never would have guessed that we had.
That's Gangster's Paradise.
Yeah.
A Bethelite, like, Bethelites had to dress up in, like, and this is important because it shows how she's slowly sinking into the worldly community, like into the worldly stuff. So now she's not only is she hanging out at a worldly person's house, which is already bad, but she's listening to music that is bad. And for them to portray that, Bethelites had to dress up as bad musicians, and then other Bethelites had of course they didn't pay royalties. The other Bethelites had to just like, come up with Gangster's Paradise and just in a way that they didn't have to pay royalty. Like, it's insane. If you think about it, it's insane. The level of, like, that shows you that whenever you are this stringent about it, you have to be you have to sin, because it's inevitable. Like, this, they are sinning, like, they're like sinning to show you what not to do, which is insane.
I know.
Common.
thanks.
These are great pictures. Who's this?
Oh, that was my best friend, Misty. We used to do everything together. Anyway, that's our old house. Can you believe it?
Don't you miss it sometimes?
Yeah, a little. But mostly my friends.
Mostly my friends. Have you not seen my house? I live in a pretty amazing house.
He that is walking with wise persons will become wise, but he that is having dealings with the stupid ones will fare badly. Now, when the
Look at the emptiness. Like, this is something that only Jehovah's Witnesses can capture, and these are paying attention somewhat. Like, all you need to do is just make them like a little bit glossier eyes, and then just a little bit more vacant, and then it's perfect. Like they're just a little bit too.
No, nothing. It's just too accurate. You're right.
I mean, you've been to meetings.
Yeah.
You've seen them.
Yes.
You know I'm
Creepy.
right.
It's creepy.
Bible says stupid ones. It's not talking about people who are unintelligent, but about people who do not follow godly standards.
All I could think about was getting together again with Lori.
Do you hear that? You are stupid when you don't follow us. When you don't follow the religion. I mean, godly standards. If you don't follow godly standards, you are stupid. And this is a lesson. Again, look at the nuance. This is a lesson that she should be listening. But since she's not paying attention at the meetings, she's missing this important lesson that could avoid her from committing the mistake that she's about to commit. It's good. It's almost competent. I don't know. It has a lot of layers, and you can see that this was very meticulously made. Like this wasn't like made like they do it now. And I think this is because here this was like the only drama that they did in 1999, right? So they had the capability of like putting all of them together and be like, this is the only thing that we're gonna do. How can we do it as best as we can? And nowadays they have to make so many videos that it's just very surface level. That's the only way that they can keep it up. I mean, it's the only way that I can make it make sense to why this is so good and now this is so terrible.
Spiritually.
You can't have him, Alexandra. Brett is mine.
Perfect. Let's take it from the top.
You can't have him, Alexandra. Brett is mine.
Yours? Well, you don't own Brett, Kimberly.
Yeah. What about me, Alexandra?
That's the problem, Kimberly. It's always been about you.
Doesn't our friendship mean anything at all to you?
Here it comes.
Our friendship? Write it off as a loss, honey. Your loss, my gain.
Okay, so we weren't ready for Broadway. But the class loved it.
Just gonna point out, you have to be a pretty good actor to portray a bad actor.
That is true.
Like this is silly, but it also shows you the skill of these people. Like they are competent, which is not what I can say from modern drama. You're good.
A week ago, I couldn't stand this girl.
Ladies, brilliant.
Suddenly, Lori's friends didn't mind being seen with me.
That was so great.
You guys should try out for the school play. Okay, no, that was just for an A. But you have definitely earned a seat at this table, Tara. Yeah, we had an opening for a literary genius.
Erin, please, I'm no genius.
Ooh, and so modest.
Girl, if I had your talent, I'd cash in on it. What do you mean?
Hello, scholarships, a career, fame,
Money
guys,
and money.
and guys.
No, writing's just a hobby for me. So what do you plan to do, flip burgers? Well, I need to do something to support myself, but I really want to help people.
What, you mean like a social worker or something?
No, more like volunteer work.
Volunteer work?
You mean like a social worker or something? No, something that doesn't really help. Like, I don't really want to help people. I just want to feel like I do. Like, social workers actually help people. It's not for me.
Yeah, I mean, we teach people.
Teach what?
Hello, teachers don't make any money. No, let me explain. You see, I'm one of...
Hold that thought.
Second mistake, she didn't identify herself as a Jehovah's Witness. She's making all of these mistakes that are just these. I have to explain this because if there's somebody who's not a Jehovah's Witness like you watching this, maybe you won't get it. Like this is what's supposed to happen. Again, this is well made because to Jehovah's Witnesses, every Jehovah's Witness will know exactly what's happening. So I can't even say that this is like subliminal messages or anything. This is just well made because this is what a Jehovah's Witness is expected to do. Like every Jehovah's Witness knows. Like this isn't even a dog whistle or anything. It's just good writing.
Yeah? Hey, Joanna. Oh, cool. Of course I'll be there. All right, ciao. Summer clearance girls today only. Yes. Tara, you can't miss it.
I don't think I can. I don't have any money with me.
Have no fear. Daddy's credit card is here. Besides, I owe you big time.
Hey, maybe we can get her out of her Miss Lucinda Falls outfit.
It's Lucinda Falls.
Whatever.
And besides, what's wrong with my outfit?
Now I was in Lori's circle of friends, but I had to make a few changes to fit in.
This is so disrespectful. This is so disrespectful. They're like, hey, girl, I have daddy's credit card. No. Hey, the girl, I have daddy's credit card because I assume you are dressed like this because you can't afford to dress better. Like, you know, it's what you would assume. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. So she's like, hey, I have daddy's credit card. We're going to go on a daddy-sponsored makeover. And this is supposed to be bad. I wish I like this gave, you know what this is, like, for real. This gave me bad expectations for, like, unrealistic expectations for friends in the world, because you will see, and I think you will notice this, that these guys are trying to be the best friends, and they're just trying to accept her. And then they're just trying to be like, welcome her into the club and be like, come on, just dress like us, or, you know, get your own style. Like, let's go to the mall because that's what we do because we're women. They're being nothing but nice to this woman, and it's insane because I thought that they were being pushy or whatever, but now I struggle to see what they do that is supposed to be so horrible. Like, sure, you know, don't laugh at someone's outfit, but that's how teenagers would do. Like, teenagers laugh at my outfits all the time. You know, like I'm just self-reporting, but that's just.
Girly hair. Wait till Mark sees you. Mark. Hello, Mark, in your English class, Mark. He's been checking you out ever since your little poetry reading.
He's cute, and Daddy has big butt.
Not to mention that he's recently become available. I could definitely see you two together.
Together? I don't want to be together with anyone.
We could set you up.
Well, if he's so great, how come none of you are interested in him?
I'm seeing somebody already. Ditto. And I'm with Anthony, remember? And he's in college, thank you. Besides, I'm not into the sensitive intellectual type. Yeah, just like that last mutant you were dating.
The intellectually charged type.
Don't even get me started on some of the losers you've dated. Anyway, you are interested, aren't you, Tara?
Well, no. I mean,
I don't know. Don't worry, Tara. We'll arrange everything.
Arrange what?
Arrange what?
The girls also figured I needed a little help with my social life.
Mark, she's way different from the other girls you've dated. I mean, she's into charity and volunteering and that sort of stuff.
She wants to be a social worker or something like that.
Oh, hi, Tara.
They're literally sharing everything they know about her. This isn't like this is supposed to be like, oh, they're so dismissive, they don't know her. Whose fault is that? Like they're literally repeating what Tara told them, because Tara is being dismissive as fuck, because that's how you are when you're a Jehovah's Witness. You're dismissive as fuck because you know that it's kind of embarrassing to be a Jehovah's Witness.
Mark, you are so funny.
Hi, Tara.
Hey, Tara. We saved a seat just for you.
Thanks.
You know Mark Chandler, don't you?
Yeah, we're in the same English class.
And you are the great poet and playwright.
Yeah, right.
No, I'm serious. You were really great. So, how do you like life near the big city?
Well, I haven't actually seen the city yet.
Get out. What do you do when you're not at school?
Oh.
Yeah, on Meatloaf Day, get the pizza.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Thanks.
Isn't he so sweet?
Anyway, on weekends, I'm usually with my parents. And
Hey, what are you doing Saturday? We could show her around.
Let's play tour guides. Why not?
Sounds like fun. Have me in. So what do you say?
I don't know. I have to be up early on Sunday.
We'll start early. We'll get back early.
There you go.
Yeah.
Come on, Tara.
Well, I guess so.
Yeah.
All right, we're on. So we'll meet after lunch.
Yeah.
And I'll pick you up at your house.
Great.
That's okay. I'll just get a ride to Lori's.
I never would have admitted it, but I did
Okay,
think
cool.
Mark was cute. And a day with the girls sounded like fun.
Again, another mistake. And the only thing that they're doing, the only thing that the worldly kids are doing is to show her, to invite her to show them around, to be like, we'll tour you around because you don't know around. We'll show you around and we'll be friends with you. We'll like we will like you said something about loneliness. We'll feel the loneliness. And they're supposed to be evil in this thing. I thought they were evil.
If anything, they're too nice.
I know, like Jesus Christ. Oh, by the way, someone has to say this. Those people, like the main actress and the handsome guy, ended up together in real life. That is a piece of trivia that has to be said every time that this is watched in a Jehovah's Witness house.
Really?
Someone says it in inevitably whenever, because I know that we watch this, and not only when you watch it, but when you talk about this drama, someone has to bring it up. Like it's the law. It's the law. So I go against the law in some stuff, but not in this. Like, this is important.
That Saturday morning, I went out in field service with Stacy Evans, but my mind was not on preaching.
You want to do the next one?
No, that's okay. You could do it.
I told Stacy that I was hungry and wanted to stop service early.
Look at this diner. Like again. They had to get a diner.
Yes.
They have like a school, a diner, like, and with all of these extra, like, this is a busy diner. Look at all of these people like just working, and you have a police officer over here. Like, I mean, granted, this looks like it was shot in 1975, right? It doesn't look modern at all, but it's well made. Like, it's well fleshed out. This is the best drama. This is the best drama.
She insisted on buying me lunch.
Oh, let's check
Okay,
the
here's your salad. Thanks. It'll be a couple minutes on your burger, honey.
Thanks.
See, everybody agrees with you. 90% believe that it's better than current dramas, and 9% are wrong.
So, how are you doing? I mean, getting used to the new school and everything.
Okay, actually. Most everyone's been pretty nice.
Oh, that's good. Hey, listen, I'm having some friends over tonight. I want you to come. I actually made a cheesecake that I'm proud of.
I'd love to, but I promised to go into the city with some friends.
Oh, from our home?
No, from school. But they're just going to show me around the city. They're real nice.
See? You are supposed. Do you see what happened over there? She's like, some friends. Oh, from our home, because you can only have friends inside of the congregation. So when she said friends, she assumed that they had to be Jehovah's Witnesses, and that's why she has to be like, oh no, from school. But then she like, oh, but like they are only showing me around, like trying to excuse herself because she has to. It's crazy. This is well made. This is more manipulative than any drama I've seen, because this portrays it the way it is, and without being an obvious indoctrination tool. Like this, I find this more effective because this is better made.
Look, I hope you don't.
Listen.
Jade and Nita.
Listen. Do I love Jade? I mean, I have a crush on Jade. I mean, it's just something that you've learned to accept.
Yes.
Right. It's just, I think. Yeah. But I think that drama, Jade is better. But this drama is better made. That's what I'd say.
You don't mind me asking this, but how well do you really know these kids?
What do you mean?
I mean, do they have any interest in the Bible?
I don't know. It hasn't come up. But they're not into drugs or anything like that.
No.
In fact, they're even nicer than some of the kids at the Kingdom Hall.
Well, even if that were true, don't you think you have to be careful with people who may not even believe in the Bible? Don't forget what happened to Dinah.
Dinah?
Yeah, you remember Jacob's daughter?
Yeah, remember? She got raped and it was her fault. Remember? You remember? See why I think this is worse?
These kids are not Canaanites. They're very nice.
Maybe, but what are their beliefs? What are their morals?
So you're saying that I shouldn't be friendly with anyone in school who isn't a witness?
Oh, no, I'm not saying that at all. I mean, the Bible tells us to love our neighbors.
But not
But
like
doesn't
that.
it also warn us that it's dangerous to get too close to certain people? People that don't follow God's standards? Dinah learned that the hard way.
But don't we have to teach people about the Bible? How can I do that if I don't spend any time with them?
Oh, so you have had a chance to witness to them?
Well, no. But that's not the point. Lori and her friends are not bad.
Okay. But do they encourage you to do good things? Like personal study, meetings, field service?
No. Look, Stacy, I've already given my word. And Jesus did say I have to let my yes mean yes, right?
Tara, do you really think Jesus meant saying yes to things that can hurt you?
Stacy,
Like going around with friends?
I'm not going to do anything stupid. Trust me.
Here's your burger, honey.
Stacy's words affected me far more than she realized.
What do you think of this little interaction? Because this is the cultiest. I feel like it was just like almost a normal movie, and then it's like, oh no, wait, this is a cult thing.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts on this? Because this is heavy. I was just hearing you be like, oh my god.
Well, first of all, I had completely forgotten about the Bible story by now, right? Because that was ages ago and I'm stoned. But when I remembered, it's just so fucking creepy. Like, remember the girl who got raped and it was her fault?
Yeah.
This is the same thing. It's just all so creepy, and I can't believe kids are watching this.
Yeah, and
or teens still.
And
Jesus.
not only is this creepy, but this is very accurately how Jehovah's Witnesses are supposed to act. She is supposed to be a good Jehovah's Witness. She's supposed to be almost like the hero in the story, and it's foolish that she isn't listening. That is the idea. This is the kind of manipulation that you're subjected to whenever you try to go a little bit outside of the cult. You are seeing it very accurately. So it's both chilling. It's chilling for multiple things. I'd say.
Exactly.
It's chilling for multiple things. Oh, and did you like that little bit where she's about to eat, but then she didn't pray? It was even telegraphed before because she prayed before, like when she was at school, and she prayed a little bit before. But since she had spent time with worldly people,
now she's worse.
Now she's worse, and she didn't pray. See, this is well made. This is well made.
But I had already made up my mind.
And let's go. You know Tara's gonna turn into a pumpkin. Just squeeze.
I lied to my parents and told them I had plans with some friends from the congregation.
Huh?
How tall is it?
Did you see that?
No, sorry, I was reading comments.
Jesus Christ, this is the best part of the drama.
Sorry.
Look at this.
Okay.
So how tall is it? It's like 300-400 stories. Not like 200. Doesn't matter. It's just tall. Okay.
They go to the Twin Towers.
Yes. Ooh.
I know. I mean, this is entertaining. Come on, like this is insane. Like the shit that they put in here is just so entertaining.
And creepy again.
My God. And again, Gangster's Paradise. And this is seen as bad because they're just teenagers having fun. Obviously, this would be seen as bad because in reality, this is just adults being idiots, right? So people will be like, dude, you're 45. What are you doing? But this is supposed to be bad just because they're a little bit rowdy. And as Jehovah's Witness, you're not supposed to be rowdy.
At first, we pretty much stayed together as a group. But soon, Mark and I were talking.
That guy with the pink hair, that guy was also a Bethelite.
Oh.
They had to put him. I remember. I hope. Can somebody in chat? Does somebody in chat remember this? I can't remember. But I think Jake is related to this dude.
I don't know.
Anyway,
Really?
yeah, it
I
was.
really enjoyed the attention.
There's so much to do.
Oh, I love his stuff.
But you know he was stoned when he wrote those poems. You write better when you're high?
No, I'm not into drugs. Are you?
You know that used to be the tallest building in New York?
Children.
That's Gangster's Paradise.
Mark made me feel special. And the more I got to know him, the more I liked him.
59th Street Bridge. Goes up far.
I wasn't going to let anything spoil this day.
Well, you know, I knew you'd like it.
Let's see what's down the street.
Okay.
This looked like so much fun for real. Like just going around with friends in New York.
Not bad.
It is a nice day out.
Where's Kyle?
No, look at this.
No way.
Look at this. Look at
No
this.
way.
Look at this. He's doing a drug deal.
Give
He's
me.
doing a drug deal.
I can hear him say, "Give me one weed."
Give me one marijuana, please. Oh no, I have guests. Give me 3.
Oh my God, that was hilarious.
Mark,
Let's
Lori, everybody,
rewatch it.
thanks.
Let's just rewatch it because I feel like I didn't really enjoy it. Because it's like, oh, what is this guy? Oh, I don't know. He's just shifting like that.
Where's Kyle?
That's a Bethelite. And you don't even get like a close up of like a Ziploc bag or anything. No, it's just there's a transaction. That's a suspicious transaction.
Mark, Lori, everybody, thanks. I really had a great time.
Could I ask like a really stupid question?
It's never stopped you before.
Why are we going home so early?
Aaron's right. This place doesn't even get going until after dark.
That's true, and if we leave now, all we're gonna do is sit in traffic.
Why don't we hit a couple of clubs? Sounds great, but
Come on, Tara, just call your parents, tell them we had a flat tire or something.
But I'm not.
Oh, yes.
no, I better get home.
I want to go home now.
People, have no fear. Thanks to me, your evening will not be a total waste.
Oh, so you're leaving? Now you know I don't touch that stuff. Stunts your growth.
You're lost.
Kyle, put it away before we get busted. Oh, I hope that's the good stuff.
The best.
Hey, my parents are gone. Little party at my place.
Yeah.
Too bad, Tara, you're missing out.
Tara, are you okay?
Yeah,
No, I just saw some drugs.
never mind.
Well, we better get Tara back.
I know. Clubs don't open this. Like it's very clearly 4 o'clock.
Yes,
Like it's very clearly 4 o'clock. The sun's still out. What are you talking about going to some clubs? What? To just smoke weed outside in the parking lot? Like what's the plan here? Oh yeah, and like, how old are they supposed to be? I thought they were in high school. They can go to clubs.
They have fake IDs, obviously, because they're worldly.
Yeah, well, obviously, like they have fake IDs because that's how this guy got the drugs. Like you have to show the dealer your ID too.
Yeah, the
Because
drugs.
yeah,
I love
because
how we never saw anything. It was just like a blurry.
I know, just a
Ziploc.
blurry Ziploc bag, and then the Jehovah's Witnesses
Maybe
traumatized.
they don't know how it looks like in real life, so just avoid it.
They're like, what drugs are they supposed to be? I don't know. Drugs, 2 of each, I think. I don't know.
Back home before she misses her bedtime.
To be honest, Chrissy, I probably would have stayed. But it was getting dark, and I knew I'd never get away with coming home that late.
Hey, don't forget about that party.
That's right,
Got a guy there. All right, see you later. Bye, Mark.
Mark told me he didn't mind taking me home.
Oh, Mark, you want to make your next?
Yeah. Let's watch it again. We have to watch it again. We have to watch it again.
Didn't mind taking me home.
Yeah.
Oh, Mark, you want to make your next left?
Wait, Tara, there's one more place you.
What do you want to poll about?
Is this really funny or we're just high?
Oh yeah, okay.
Are we
okay.
the only two people
Okay,
laughing?
okay, yeah. Let's check, because I'm
Got to see.
self-conscious.
Mark, I've got to get home.
I'll get you home. Trust me.
Mark.
Please participate in the polls, everybody. It's very important.
This is your favorite spot?
Sure is.
What, may I ask, is so special about it?
Mine too.
Sometimes I just like to come here and think
About what?
things. Like how to tell your father you don't want to go to law school and work for the firm.
Isn't there good money in it?
I don't care about the money. I want to help people. Maybe teach or do volunteer work.
You sound like me.
Really?
Well, yeah.
Mark seemed to care about a lot of the things that were important to me. Before I knew it, we had been talking for over an hour.
I don't know.
So Kyle's flying down the hallway. Beckwith jumps right in front of him. Boom! Kyle and Beckwith flat on their backs.
Oh, no.
Kyle spent his entire sophomore year in detention for that.
I kind of want an earrings like that now.
Tara, you know, oh, never mind.
No, what?
You're different from the other girls, aren't you?
Different? Is that supposed to...
Yeah, I am far more submissive and suppressed. I'm like, yes, I am different.
So sweet.
Caleb, you are what makes this ridiculously funny. Thank you so much.
supposed to be a compliment?
Yeah. I mean, I've never met anyone like you. I could tell from your poem.
Yeah, I'm telling you, this was written by a dude.
Yeah.
Like this, like, can you tell me? Like, I know that I am not a woman, right? But if you are one of a woman's, can you tell me, would you have written this line? Like, this is as a positive, like, oh, you're not like the other girls. Like, would you, as a woman, would you have thought this was a good line?
No, it's a terrible line, but every guy who has ever existed has said it.
Yes.
And every girl has heard it.
Yes, but this is supposed to be working for her. Like that's the point.
I thought it was also supposed to show him as manipulative because he's like using the info he has to flirt.
He's using the info he has, but it's supposed to be working. So my point is that this, you're not like the other girls, is supposed to be something positive. And yeah, I feel like guys only say that because guys believe that all the girls are the same because, you know, they're girls and only men can have personalities. And then when they find a woman, like when they care and they find a woman that they actually care to like get to meet, they're like, oh, wow, you're kind of like a man, you know, like you have like this level of depth that I thought women didn't have. That's what I hear whenever I hear that.
Well, I was really impressed with your poem too.
Oh, well, thanks. But yours told me something.
Told you what?
That you've got a lot going on inside. I mean, Lori and the other girls are okay, but they're all so empty. You're different.
See? You're
Chrissy,
smart.
I can't believe how close I came to breaking Jehovah's laws that night. Things went way too far.
Look
and
at
Mark
that's what I'm saying. She's like, you're different. You're kind of a smart one, aren't you? And it worked so well that she was so close to break Jehovah's laws. That's how well it worked for her.
Yeah.
Like, I'm telling you, this was written by a man, like a very indoctrinated man who has clearly no game.
Yeah, it's messed up.
Like, it's horrible. It's horrible. Thank you so much, Yolanda. These whole videos are the best today. It's all about work and money. Exactly. Can we get a little more old manipulation going? just good old-fashioned manipulation to not in sexual repression. Like, what is the sexual repression nowadays?
wanted to go much farther
Go back because she says something
that night. Things went way too far. And Mark wanted to go much farther. But I couldn't. I kept thinking about how much it would hurt my parents, my friends.
This is a good point.
And
this may even work for Jehovah's Witness women, because they have such internalized misogyny that they're like, oh, this guy thinks I'm smart and not just a woman. So yeah, especially if it's somebody like her who's only been in the cult.
Actually, doesn't it make total sense with the superiority complex that they have as well? Like, we are best, right?
Yes.
We are better than everyone.
Yeah, you're
so
totally
this
right.
is literally telling them, yes, you are better than the worldly girls.
This is you know what, you are totally correct. That's also the way that it's supposed to be read. It works on her not only because she has internalized misogyny, but because she's like, yeah, I'm not like other girls. I am better because I'm a Jehovah's Witness. That's insane.
Especially
Totally
Jehovah. Still, it wasn't easy. It took everything I had to stop and to get Mark to take me home.
Tara?
Mark revealed a side of himself that I hadn't seen before.
I just don't get it. Things were going so great. What is it with you?
Mark didn't care about me or my feelings. He wanted one thing.
wish you could understand.
Later on, I learned I wasn't the
Well, I
first
don't.
or the last to be taken to his favorite spot.
I gotta go.
Can you believe this? I wasn't the first or the last. Yeah, people hook up, and I wasn't the first person that he had hooked up with. Yeah, he's not in the cult. But what do you mean? Why would you be? Like, why would you assume that?
I felt so stupid, so naive. It was wrong to be alone like that with any guy, but especially one who didn't serve Jehovah.
I am better because I pay all my money to this extremely greedy man in three-piece suits that constantly lie to me. First of all, this is wrong. Sometimes they usually have two-piece suits. Okay, that and second, that's why you should give my money to me. Okay, just give your money to me instead.
I let Mark know that I would never go out with him again. That night, I told my parents everything. They were very upset.
Are you sure you told us everything? Nothing else happened?
No, Dad, I told you.
You've been telling us a lot.
Okay. This is I wanted to ask you about this. Think you're a mother, right? We are like, in parenting age, right? Sort of like we are old enough to have kids.
Mhm.
So imagine we were the kind of people who want to have kids. And then your daughter is like, hey, like I went with this guy and things kind of like went further, but then I felt uncomfortable. And then, and then he just took me back home. How would you react? Like what before seeing any of this, how would you, a worldly person who's never been a Jehovah's Witness, react?
Well, I'll make sure that she's okay, that nothing happened like by force, like he didn't force himself or anything on her. And make sure, like it was an attempted rape or something. But if she's like, no, like it just, he wanted to kiss me and that's it, and I didn't feel like it, and he got me home, I'd be like, that's fine. Well, at least he was a gentleman to get you home, and glad you're okay, blah, blah, blah. Like,
I wouldn't say he was a gentleman because he got you home. I feel like
no, I'm saying
any man would get you home. Like obviously, like that's just what a man should do.
Yeah, sorry. It's just I grew up in a misogynist culture, so
yeah. I mean, the fact that you didn't want to make up with somebody doesn't mean I won't take you home now.
Yeah, this is my
you still have
internalized
internalized
misogyny.
All right. Let's just keep that in mind, because this is not what these parents are gonna react. These parents. What's hilarious about this is that this girl is like, hey, I kind of was hooking up with this guy, but then I realized that I didn't want to disappoint Jehovah, so I didn't. And the parents take that personally.
Okay, let's see.
Are you sure you told us everything? Nothing else happened?
No, Dad, I told you.
You've been telling us a lot of things.
What a creepy fucking thing to say. Imagine a father being like, are you sure you told me everything about this deeply private and inherently sexual thing about her underage thought? Like, what a creep. Sorry, I shouldn't have.
I don't know what to believe anymore.
Honey, what were you thinking? Didn't you get it? Why do you think he took you there?
Don't you know what he wanted? I can't believe this.
After a while, things started to calm down, and they really listened.
Tara, it took a lot of courage to tell us all that. Sorry I got so angry.
That's okay, Dad. I just wish I came to you and Mom sooner. Maybe this wouldn't have happened.
Honey, we're just glad things didn't go any further than they did.
I know, but...
They're just glad that things didn't go any further than they did. Yep. Because this means that she didn't go all the way, like she didn't do any sexual stuff, so they are not going to be forced to shun her. That's why she's glad. Or she's not going to get like that disciplined in the congregation, like that badly. So it's not going to bring them shame. It's not about her at all. It's what I'm saying. Image. Yeah, it's about an image and about manipulation and control.
Mm-hmm. I still feel awful about what did happen.
And so do we. We got so wrapped up in our new jobs, the house, that we didn't even see what you were going through.
Honey, we're going to do everything that we can to help you get through this.
Now, let me just ask you, help her get through what?
That's a good one.
It's over.
Uh-huh.
It's over, right? So as a worldly person, you'd be like, help it go through what? It's over. The thing already happened. It's obviously not gonna happen again. What do you think? Help her get through what?
Like the shame that will be surrounding her or something?
No.
Okay, what?
No, she has to confess to the elders all of this.
Ooh.
And then the elders have to decide whether or not she has to be disfellowshipped. Or what kind of punishment is good for her. So this isn't over. This is just starting.
Damn.
Yeah, I know. It's just, Jesus Christ.
It's been a long day. Let's get some rest and we can talk about this tomorrow.
Love you so much.
My parents And later the elders
Mom
were
needs
really
some
there for me.
understanding.
See?
Yep.
See? Obviously, and later the
The
elders.
heart is more treacherous than anything else. I had heard that scripture 1,000 times before, but never gave it much thought. Now I couldn't stop thinking about it.
I just want to know which New York campus was like, yeah, we'll let you film your propaganda here. How did they do it? This is clearly like, look, she's walking through a campus. This is a campus. How did they get this? I don't understand. I don't get it. And why aren't we shaming that school for being idiots?
Can't you just?
I wanted to be liked and accepted so much that I was willing to hide who I really was. I had to start setting things straight.
It was so perfect. I mean, what was the problem? I know Mark practices safe sex.
Lori couldn't believe that I turned Mark down.
It's because...
By the way, I was so sexually stunned and did not know anything about sex so much that when she says, I know Mark practices safe sex, I was like, what does that mean? Does that mean that he's sure that he's always gonna get laid? Like, what does that mean? Like he's safe and sure that he's gonna have sex? I didn't know what that meant.
Damn, really.
I know, pretty sad.
Because of what?
Because of what I believe.
I don't get it.
I mean, it's my religious beliefs, Lori.
Look, Tara, I went through a lot of trouble to get you guys together. And now you've suddenly gotten religious? What's up?
This is true.
See, this is what I said.
This is true. She got through a lot of trouble. Like she put a lot of effort because she was being shifty, and she didn't want. She wasn't like, no, I don't want this. She was being shifty, and then she's right.
Mm-hmm.
She's right by feeling like this. She's like, you told me that, like, why are you suddenly getting religious? Why are you doing this? She is right, but to her it doesn't matter because she's not supposed to be her friend anymore. Like they're breaking up her friendship, so the explanations don't matter anymore. Anyway, what were you want to point out? Comment?
I think this person is talking about, like, because you were saying how could they do it? How could they afford it? Right?
Yeah, I don't know if it's money, because I don't know. I don't think there's enough money to get a school like this to agree to be the background for a cult. I don't know. I find it very weird.
With that?
I haven't suddenly gotten religious. This is what I've always believed. I guess I just forgot who I really am and what I care about.
Don't you care about Mark?
I did, but I shouldn't have gotten involved with him. And I'm definitely not going to do something immoral with him.
Who said do something immoral? I have morals.
I'm not saying that you don't.
Then what are you saying?
That your morals are wrong.
That I don't believe in having sex before marriage.
I don't believe in having sex before marriage. What are you talking? That happens. What are you talking about? I don't believe in that. That happens. It's not like Santa, all right?
If it's with somebody that you really care about, what's the big deal?
Mm-hmm.
The big deal is that the Bible says it's wrong.
Do you have to do every little thing the Bible says?
Look, Lori, I should have told you this before. I'm one of Jehovah's Witnesses.
You are?
Yes, and we take the Bible seriously. It says sex is for two people who are married.
You're kidding, right?
No, I'm not.
Okay, so it didn't work out with you and Mark. But don't forget about the party Friday. Maybe you'll meet somebody else. Somebody who's more like you.
No, Lori.
Lori is such a good friend. She's like she clearly doesn't believe the same things that main character believes in. I keep forgetting her name. And she clearly doesn't believe the same things. But she's like, you know what? I'm willing to respect. Like, I clearly find that ridiculous, but I'm willing to respect that. let's be friends. Maybe you'll find somebody, like maybe you'll find a Jehovah's Witness at the thing. Like, why wouldn't you? Like, she doesn't know. She's like, maybe you'll find somebody with who wants the same kind of lack of intimacy that you want. Like, she's willing to see past it. She's nothing but a good friend in this. She's a good friend. She's good and tolerant. And that's terrible because the main character is not supposed to be her friends. So that is terrible because it only makes it harder for her to be like, no, it's just, I'm breaking up with you too. It's insane.
I don't think so. Not there. Well, then just come and hang out with us girls. Thanks, but I just wouldn't be comfortable at the party. Okay, so you don't want to date guys and you don't want to go to parties. Don't you people have any kind of fun? Of course we do.
Fair question.
The Bible doesn't condemn fun. I would love to explain my beliefs. Maybe then all this would make more sense to you. I don't know, Tara, it's late. Maybe another time. Telling her.
This is, Lori is total, like, I love her. I love her. Obviously, this is not a real character. Like, she's portrayed by a Bethelite, right? But the character, I love. She's like, no, look, I'm not, don't indoctrinate me, all right? I don't care about getting indoctrinated. I have my own beliefs. But like, she's like, okay, you don't want to have sex with this guy. Maybe you want to have sex with another guy. Oh, it's about not having sex with anybody. Well, maybe you'll find another guy at the party. Or you don't want to meet guys at the party. Well, let's just hang out with us. Just be with us as friends. She is trying to find a place for her to be comfortable. Like, she's actively trying.
True.
And so obviously at the end, when she's like, no, let me indoctrinate you, she's like, she has already given up. Because she's like, no, I don't know who you are anymore. Like, you don't want to hang out with, you don't even want to hang out with us. You don't even want to spend that time with us. But it's insane because when you're a Jehovah's Witness, you just think that she's pushy and that she's manipulative and a bad friend. When in reality, it's the whole opposite. Like, I'd love to have friends like that. Thank you, Frank Clara. We will have good luck with the move, especially because I'll use this to buy better weed.
All that was not easy, but it was worth it. I think that Lori.
Oh yeah. Wait, exit the week killer. You're getting evicted. Yeah, I mentioned that at the beginning of the thing. We're doing this in case you guys have any extra spare change in the couch to throw us our way because I'm getting evicted and I can't really afford the deposit. So we're doing this and then selling my body a little bit later.
Respected me for it.
Very cheap. We're not gonna be able to afford it.
Finally stand up for what I believed. I just wish that I had spoken up earlier. It would have saved me a lot of pain.
The flesh is so weak, and the heart too is desperate. With this sinful state you contend. But please be assured that you can overcome it. For God is
look at the whole thing book.
Make the truth your own. To that ways
de grace al mal. And look, now that I've shown you the best friend that she could have had, let's show the worst friend. The friend that doesn't respect boundaries. The friend that is only there as long as she can change her into being who she wants, who she believes she wants to be. Let's see the shitty friend, the pioneer. Like, she obviously came here because she wanted to be alone, right? Obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's what I get from this.
Mm-hmm.
Tara, are you all right? Are you sure?
Fucking leave her alone.
I know.
Stacy, ever since I've moved here, you've been trying to be my friend. And I've acted so stupid.
I've acted so stupid because she didn't let herself be manipulated by her. This is insane.
Why do you keep trying? Because I don't think you really like this. I think I'm looking at someone who's going through a hard time and who really needs a friend. And I'd like to be that friend, if you let me.
You have been a friend, Stacy. Maybe even more than you know.
See, like, I know that they're not good friends over here because if they were actually good friends, like Jade and Nita, they would be some sexual tension over here. And I can't see the sexual tension. I just can't see it. Watchtower cannot make good female friends without adding sexual tension. Like it's very ironic because Jade and Nita, oh my god, they're such a cute couple. Aren't they the cutest couple? Like for real?
Yeah, they are. I think this is the only thing everyone agrees on. JWs and JWs, right?
That Jade and Nita are a cute couple. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, definitely.
I'll be okay. I realize now how much Jehovah cares and that I have my parents and friends like you to help me.
You know what? Tomorrow, you and me. Let's go out in service and do lunch or something. Does that sound good?
I'd like that.
Good.
I'd love to go in service. I'd love to go preaching door to door with you tomorrow. Because obviously I was already planning on going preaching. So I love that we have plans now to go preaching door to door in a word that will never convert anybody. I'd love that.
As long as we don't go back to the Silver Spoon Diner again.
You mean the Greasy Spoon Diner? Oh.
Okay, she kind of looks attracted to her. I'll regret. I'll take that back. Look at that. Look at that little look. Look at that little look. She looks at her lips. Look at her. Look. Did you see that? Did you see that? Oh my god. Okay, no, I take that back. There is some sexual tension.
Chrissy, that was months ago, and I'm finally getting over things and feeling much better. I see things a lot differently now. I realize that being in the truth means more than just going to the Kingdom Hall with our parents. That we really do have to make the truth our own. Being with people who want to do the same thing can make a big
Look at those pants. They're so big, they're fashionable right now. Look at those pants. That's insane.
difference.
Perfect timing. I just finished a letter to an old friend.
Oh, really? From back home?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Hi, Meg. Hi, Lynette.
Hey, thank you.
Oh, thank you.
I love how they were like, let's just pick like the positive. You know when there's like a TV show and there's like about crews and stuff, and then they meet like the opposite crew, and then it's like the crew that is kind of like the same as them, like they have like the same equivalent, like and they look like them, and you know that trope.
No.
When imagine like Justice League means evil Justice League or something like that. You know, like it's like the trope is like the characters, but then evil twins.
Yes.
They did the same thing. They did the same thing. They were like, we had a black lady and like an Italian looking-ish lady as the secondary friends. So here we'll also have that in the Jehovah's Witness religion to show that she's not missing out. They even use the same colors. Look at this.
Oh God.
They even this is not an accident. This was made to be like, no, you'll have everything in Jehovah's world.
So how was service for you this morning?
At first, I didn't think I had anything in common with the friends in my congregation.
I went with Stacy and her
But you know what? We have the most important thing in common we could have. Our friendship with Jehovah. Things are going great with my parents. I'm a lot more open with them now.
Why don't you just go ahead with the girls and we'll just meet you over there, okay? Okay.
And I let them know how I really feel. We've gotten a lot closer.
See you there. I love you.
Love you. Hey, Tara, does this mean your dad's gonna try and be a sports hero again?
That's right, like the last time. Wasn't he in traction for like a month?
Hey, I heard that.
Just kidding, Brother Madsen.
Sometimes I used to think I was missing out because I couldn't do everything the kids in school did. Now I think that they're the ones missing out. Maybe there are a lot of things a Christian can't do, but there's a lot of things we can do. The friends in our congregation get together all the time. I can't wait for you to meet them when you come out and visit. I hope that's soon. I wish I could go back and do things differently, but I can't change the past. I can only move forward and try to learn from my mistakes. You see, I've learned something very important. Something that I will never forget. Who my real friends are. And Chrissy, I hope that you will always be one of them.
This is insane because she's basically like, hey, you know how you told me that you were into worldly people? I hope you can be my friend and not get this fellowship because you got involved with one of them. That's basically what she's saying. And you ask, what is that? That's American for I have mail that I want you to take.
No, I meant, what did she leave?
Oh, the letter that she's writing. Did you not pay attention?
Yeah.
She's writing a letter. This is a framing device.
Yes,
for the drama.
Yes, okay.
Forever. Love, Tara.
But it's fine that she was hugging another sister in the back of a Tintin minivan at night in the Kingdom Hall parking, no chaperone. Yeah, that's true. How far did she go with Kevin, or what's his name? Like, I can't imagine she would go this far if she didn't get this fellowship, right?
We don't want to stick ourselves in a corner and
there's a minute
and
just
so
you can see that these people aren't
worried,
worried,
because that's not balanced.
There's nothing wrong with talking to the kids at school. We can be friendly with them because we're obviously going to have some of the same interests.
But there's a certain line that we just won't cross.
Kids that witness kids, they need to be honest with the kids at school. They need to let them know right away.
You bring it up. You tell them what your beliefs are, that you're Jehovah's Witness. They're proud of what they are.
Kids today need to recognize that there are good associates within the Christian congregation. They can have a great time and yet still live up to Bible standards and Bible principles.
Music was composed and recorded expressly for this program, including that Gangster's Paradise knockoff. That is insane. No credits, only the branches. And credit only to the cult, obviously. The cult gets the credit. We don't get humans credit. We give credit to the cult. Look, the old logo. Look. Oh, I used to love this logo.
Jesus.
So, what did you learn? Let's just close this because we've been streaming for too long. So let's just close this. And let me know. This is the first time that you've ever watched it. I've watched this multiple times, like when I was young, and once with Old Worldly. So, what do you think of this drama as a worldly person who's normal, not like me, not like us, ex-Jehovah's Witnesses, who's normal?
Yeah, it's just, obviously some of the cringy things I've known before, right? But I keep discovering more like subtle signs of, indoctrination. Like you pointed out, things that I couldn't have noticed on my own. So I'm just impressed more than anything. Impressed that, the more I watch, deeper I can dig and dig and dig. And it's kind of horrifying as well.
The digger you dip, yes.
Yes, the digger I can deep. So
yeah, no, it's
but it was also fun to watch, kind of.
Don't you think this is better? Like this
Oh,
this at
yeah.
least is engaging. I feel like most dramas nowadays are so slow and boring, and yet this drama has a pretty good pacing. It's not as boring as normal dramas. Like, am I wrong in here? Like, you've seen dramas.
No. This is better. Weirdly enough. Yeah.
Anyway, so I would like to invite, thank you so much, emotionally amazing JW, great stream, good luck on the move, thank you so much. I would like to, I forgot what I was gonna say.
Let's just end it then.
Yeah, okay, goodbye, thank you so much for, no really, I was just gonna end it, but no, thanks so much for joining. Thank you so much for, again, if I'd love to get your money, but don't feel don't feel pressured. Don't feel pressure at all. Like, we'll figure it out. It's thank you so much to everybody who donated, and thank you so much to my Patreons and to my backers who honestly, like, just they help us pay for rent. Like, they do. So thank you so much. And if you have any more ideas for videos or any more ideas for live streams, I think I'm just gonna react to something, probably the next drama, the next retro drama that they film right after this. Like, we probably do a follow-up in a month and announce who's a Sparlock winner. So good luck to everybody. I don't sell the Sparlock because I wanted to set up a store, but I got took down on Etsy, and then I can't sell it on eBay. And setting up a Squarespace store is just so expensive. Like, it's like $50 a month or something, and I can't afford it because I don't sell like one every month. It's so. So yeah, I think this is a good way of giving you guys just a little thank you for your support. So thank you so much, and I hope you have a great, awesome weekend. Say goodbye.
Bye.